How are you? Good. Interesting night tonight. We have some international basketball taking on the Vermont High School All-Stars, and we have the coach for the international squad, the Colonials are called.
Correct.
And maybe you just give us an overview of what the team is and how they're touring and what it's all about.
Well, we have 11 kids from 11 different countries. It's the 28th year of the program. Scott Bryson, who's the director out of Boston, has put this on. And we travel to Vermont. It's one of the 3 states that they visit while they're here, and they spend a week here traveling around. We come together in a matter of a couple of days. We've had 2 practices. They arrived this weekend, and we practiced Tuesday and Wednesday, and we're here today. So it's about basketball, and there's a lot of basketball, almost a game a day. They're here for about 3 weeks with certain breaks in between, but it's more than that. It's more about friendships and hosting and people getting to know people and those types of things.
Well, one thing jumps right out at me when I was talking to your assistant coach tonight is such a short time to get a lot together. Is language a real problem, or communications, is that an issue?
Well, it can be. It's funny, in the basketball community, especially overseas, English is it's the second language. So a lot of these kids know their spoken English is probably not as good as it could be, but they understand very well. The conversational English could be better, but as far as communicating on the court, it's not too bad. The hardest part is the 11 kids communicating together. They can understand me pretty well, but it's the other trying to connect and communicate on the floor that sometimes is a little bit of a problem.
I know the exact number. I think it was like 11 different countries are represented on your team?
Actually, there's 10 countries, 11 players. There's 2 from England.
Okay. This is going to be just a treat for you as not only a coach, but just as a learning experience for you.
It's a learning experience, and when you can tie in basketball, it's a game I love, and when you can tie that in with travel and meeting new people and exploring different countries and things of that nature, it just puts it all together.
I'm going to let you get going, but if you ever need somebody to travel with you, do the videotape. Give me a look up. Okay.
I will do that. I will do that. Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Thank you, Coach. Well, we heard from the Colonials head coach, and now we'll take a look in the huddle. Phil Bartlett, the head coach of the Vermont All-Star squad, and he's talking to his team before they get set to come on out. This is a game between the Vermont High School Boys All-Stars and the International Colonials, and again, it's the warm-up back before they get to take on the Western Massachusetts squad in Saturday's contest. This is just a scrimmage. They don't have their jerseys on with the numbers and stuff. I'm going to try to remember as many of the names and faces as I can. And 20-minute halves and 10 team fouls. You get the double bonus, 7, you're the 1-on-1. And I think I heard Coach Bartlett talking 4-minute shifts. He's going to make changes every 4 minutes. And real quickly, just going down the roster for the Vermont squad, you have Dan Basacchio from MAU out there, Lance Boylan from BFA, Ryan Boyle from Brattleboro, Jeff Daniel from Windsor, Rob Dorian from Rutland, Rushmir Dzanko from Essex, Greg Gass from CBU, Greg Hughes from West Rutland, Kevin Labas from Mount Abe, Gabe Nicasio from Essex, Liam Smith from Harwood, and Keith Schneider from Fairhaven, and Mark Lambert will toss it up, and we are set to go, and we are underway. And be Rob Dorian with the basketball. He'll run the point in the first shift here, and we're at CSJ, College of St. Joseph's, the provider, and that's going to be the backdrop for this whole week and the weekend. This is the scrimmage that, again, will be the prelude. It's Dzanko, and he'll get it. 3-pointer for Dzanko. Again, we'll go through the roster for the international squad, and they have the basketball right now. And 10 different countries, 11 players. They play a lot of basketball in 3 weeks, as you could hear their head coach saying. This should be fun to watch the talent level. That's going to be nothing but the bottom of the net right there. And that's number 21 out there, Heisig. And he is from Germany, and that's a good shot. And it's going to be behind the back with the dribble, and Dorian will spin in the front court. He'll go to the elbow, and he'll stand on the perimeter. He wants to lob the ball down inside, and went to the bounce pass. Nice job of getting the ball down in low. The rebound laid on the floor, and it's going to be picked up and controlled by Boylan. He'll bring it back out. Little pass on the side to Dzanko, and no. And this time the rebound belongs to the Internationals. I'm looking to outlet the basketball and get some tempo going here. It's Oostrom with the basketball. Heisig, number 21. He'll look down inside. And they want to post up. Wasn't there. Kick it back out. Good quick movement. Shot. And no. 3-2. Vermont with the lead. And that's Boyle looking up top. Nice job finding the long ball. That's partially tipped. It won't happen to follow up. Vermont will get it. This time up and in. Dzanko will make it 5-2 Vermont, as Heisig will bring the ball into the front court on the left side. And they'll go down in the corner. Boy, he got stripped going through the paint, able to keep it up, and that's going to be a three-point shot, two-pointer, they said, and Isaac will make it a 5-4 ball game now. Boyle from Brattleboro, Vermont, Brattleboro Union High School will line it up and knock it down for a 3-ball. Nobody came out to contest him, so he just let it fly. And again, this is going to be the type of Vermont team that Coach Bartlett, and very offensive-minded coach, will tell you, if you're open, take the shot, don't be shy, and that's going to be out of bounds. Was not touched, was not tipped, and it'll become Greg Hughes taking the basketball out of bounds for Vermont. They're in the green uniforms out there, and they've going to get their warm-up back together here and get their scrimmage in before the big game against Western Mass. Have that for you also on PEGTV Channel 15 Sports. Nice pair of hands by Hughes right there. He's able to make the grab, take the bump, and bring the ball back to Dorian. Rob Dorian. Couple little free throw line, and our first foul will be called. Mark Lambert with the call. That's a non-shooting foul. It's a possession foul. Will go out on the baseline. And Jeff Daniel also on this roster here for Windsor, and can't wait to see him to come in and play. Loved watching him play. Got to see him against MSJ and Mill River, and man, I'll tell you what, that is not only a good basketball player, but just quite an energetic character to be around, and that's going to be stripped going up from the free throw line, and here comes the push the other way, and Heisig, again, good transitional defense by Vermont. They didn't allow the easy basket, made them set up, and there is a shot clock in effect, 35-second shot clock, and that's going to be taken away by Dorian on the steal. Up ahead, Zanko will get it up and in. That's quick basketball, good defense, created the turnover, led to the bucket, 10-4 Vermont. We're in the opening half of play, 17 minutes to go. There's the catch. Got him up in the air, nowhere to go with it. They'll just swing the ball over. That's going to be inside the arc and drops it. Oh, they're going to say he did beyond the arc, so it's going to become a three-point shot. Makes it 10-7 Vermont over the International Colonials. Nice switch off defensively right there. Real good switch off defensively. To Zonko, they'll push the ball inside and he'll let it fly. Rushmere got it. Three-pointer for Rushmere. And he helped me with the pronunciations on some of the Vermont players' names. Nice young man. Oh, the cut, the move, and no. Shot was taken out by number 33, Masny, and it's going to be green basketball. So Masny, who comes from the Czech Republic. Again, I'll go through the international roster for you also and go through it and try to get the names right. You got to bear with me on some of these pronunciations. That's going to be knocked away on the defense, looking for the layup and in. Nice patience. 23, it's Paul Dick from Ireland. So Dick will get the basketball in the hole and make it 13-9 as Vermont has that 4-point lead with 16:10 to go in the opening half. And it's been a very fluid half. Oh, nice ball fake to the hole, and it might have been partially blocked from behind. That was Boylan that took it up strong along the baseline. Tell you, a lot of the offense for the international squad has come from the perimeters. Boylan came around the front, got it to Boyle. So Boylan from BFA, Boyle from Brattleboro combined right there, and it's a good combination. Up and to Zonko, not this time. Rebound tipped to the outside by Boylan. He'll chase it down. Boylan will put it on the floor, a couple dribbles, and bring it back now to Zonko. To Hughes, he'll let it go from the three-point arc. It'll be off the mark, the front of the rim. Ball laying there loose, picked back up by Vermont. Sliced through the hole, gonna count the basket. He got fouled. Oh, a lot of chances there. And you see the call, the basket's good, and in one. And we're gonna have a timeout called. And I'll follow the international squad over because I didn't get a chance to go through their roster for you, and I will let them get settled in here. And actually, I want to adjust my tripod. You know what a picky-uni guy I am about that. Okay, so bear with me now. I'll start with the easy names. Number 10 for the International Colonials, coached by Peter Boyle and David Harder. Number 10 is Will Hall. And he comes from England. Number 13 is Nigel van Oostrom. He's from England also. From Finland is number 15, Otto Mikkelsen. From Germany, number 21 is Philip Heisig. From Ireland is Cathal Finn. He wears number 22. Number 23, also from Ireland, is Paul Dick. Bear with me on this one. This is from Estonia. Number 30 is Unar Su. Number 31 is Mladen Nikolic from Serbia. The captain tonight is David Masny, wears number 33 from the Czech Republic. Jens Thijs is from Belgium, number 43, and Martins Alkanis is from Latvia and wears number 50. And getting back, you can see Rushmere, the Zonko right there. He's at the free throw line, and he's going to be looking for a three-point play as he made the basket, got fouled, and he'll step up there at 15:27 to go in the opening half of play. 15-9 Vermont with the lead. You're looking at this is the Vermont Boys All-Star squad. They'll be taking on Western Massachusetts on Saturday, and everything goes right well that for you on PEGTV Sports. And he'll miss the free throw, get the push, and you see him working back to the center of the court. As the Internationals want to drive, bump, and nope, they're going to call him. I think no foul. I think he stepped on the baseline out of bounds. That was the whistle, and it was a nice move. Just ran out of court. Now Basacchio coming in from MAU for Vermont. And oh, we got a bunch of changes. You will have to bear with me here. Again, no jersey numbers. Just trying to do it all from memory. That was Nicasio that brought the ball down, and again, no foul. He was just down. The ball was knocked out of bounds. So let me find Gabe here real quick. That Gabe Nicasio from Essex in the ballgame. That's Basacchio with the basketball. And Labas from Mount Abe. Now Labas, I pronounced his name wrong his whole career when he would play down at Mill River, but he's a phenomenally good player to watch. I called him Labas, but it's Labas because I asked him, and I apologize for that. Even though you never watched the broadcast, I did. There's the kick out, the free throw line, and as the shot clock expired, they're going to give him a 2-point shot. That Boylan ended up making the basket, 17-9 Vermont. You're watching the scrimmage between the international Colonials from players from 10 different countries taking on the squad that has been put together and assembled by Coach Phil Bartlett for the Vermont All-Star team. And Nicasio from Essex into the front court. Again, they are playing with the shot clock, just like at the college level. Basacchio wants to drive, goes left hand, fades away, got fouled. Yeah, I tell you what, that was beautiful. 2 shots coming up for MAU's Dan Basacchio. And he'll head up to the line and getting fouls. I was told by the official going to be the same. When you hit 7 team fouls, that's going to be the 1-on-1. When you hit 10 team fouls, that's going to be the double bonus. I think one of the differences, and I didn't confirm this with the international coach, Peter Boyle, is in European rules, they play with a 24-second clock. Here they're playing with a 35-second clock. Now number 50 coming in is Martinis Elkinis. So Elkinis in there from Latvia, wearing number 50 for the international squad, and that's going to be good. So Basacchio will get that one to drop, making it 18-9 with 14:21 to go in the first half. And again, not a lot of whistles, but a lot of wide open play. Got travel call. That's just great step out defense. Sue called for the travel. And I think Basacchio, actually with that defensive help right there, that caused the turnover. Nicasio, Gabe Nicasio out there. And I'll do the roster a couple different times for you, so just bear with me. As Labas, he can play inside, he can play outside, and boy, good hands by Nicasio. Little one-hander off the glass, no good. Rebound up and no good. But tell you what, Vermont getting a lot of second chances in this first half. The basket didn't drop, but 2 shots coming up for Labas. Yeah, and I'll send Mount Abe's Kevin Labas to the line. The foul's called on 22, Cothel Finn. So Finn called for the foul. That's his first personal. And told Phil Bartlett before the game he's wearing this. Of course, he's the new head coach at CSJ men's program, and he's all decked out in white and blue. And I didn't even recognize him. I'm used to that yellow and green. I told him he looks subdued in blue, not quite so neon looking out there. But he's worked hard all week, getting not all week, but he's helped. Really been a driving force getting this All-Star game here and trying to get settled into his new job at the college level. Daniel with the ball, give it off to Nicasio. Nicasio with the crossover between the 2 circles will go off to Basacchio. He'll put it up and no, off the rim, no good. Tip kept alive, will come down and be controlled by the international squad. Little doubt there first as Theis got the basketball. Finally he's laid on the floor for quite a while. On the wheel, 2-point shot, off the glass and in. That was a nice shot by Sue. And he used the screen very effective right there. As Gabe Nicasio in a 19-11 game, Vermont's All-Stars with the lead. And again, this has been an interesting week. Again, here a lot of flesh slapping, no foul called. And you can see number 13, Ostrom, taking a look down at the official. And it's going to be Basacchio bringing the basketball into play from Mount Anthony. In the green uniforms, Vermont, very fitting. They'll be wearing green, and he'll just lob it up to Nicasio. You see how well he handles the ball. And there is the 5 count, too, defensively. And I think they got him for the travel, yeah. One extra little step before he could dish it off as Gabe Nicasio called for the travel. And the ball will be taken out of bounds by Finn, and he'll bring it to number 13, Ostrom. Van Ostrom with the basketball. Again, the international squad, the Colonials, with the white uniforms, and down by just 8 with 12:50 to go. And boy, that's taking it to the hole. And he got a foul called. Need a number. Oh, there are no numbers. Yep. So they're going to send Alcanis to the line. And he'll be shooting 2. And again, not a lot of stoppage and play here in this first half. The first 7+ minutes has really flown right along, and it's been fun. Good tempo, good push. And the thing I remember too is the difference in this game and other games where you have a couple or 3 or 4 really outstanding players on your high school team. Sometimes some teams don't even have that. Everybody out here is an all-star for both Vermont and for the international squad. So I mean, it should be played like this. Labas, no good. The follow-up was there. I believe that was Mr. Daniel with the follow-up from Windsor. And Finn, since he's coming to ball game number 22, he's been running the point most of the time for the international squad. 12:27 to go. That will go up, and no, it'll kick out off the back of the rim, be recovered by the international squad. They'll get a new shot clock to work with, and they'll be patient right here. Again, 2 players from Vermont will collide. They'll get the basketball under control. Basacchio will go long distance for Labas, and that'll be knocked out of bounds by number 30, Sue. And it's going to stay with the international squad. And again, it's just about 4-minute shifts being played by the Vermont All-Star team. Yeah, and I'll catch up to all the changes here in just a second, because there are a lot of them out there for Vermont. I need Liam. Liam Smith is out there from Harwood. That shot good. Goss is out there from CVU. That's Hughes with the basketball. Dorian back out there. Hughes from West Rutland. Dorian from Rutland. And I know I'm missing one person. Oh, Keith Schneider from Fairhaven. Keith Schneider out there from Fairhaven. And that's Smith with the basketball. He'll come back to Dorian. Rob Dorian got the start this evening. Played some good defense. We'll go down to Goss. He'll turn, go up, and Alcanis there defensively. Might have actually got a piece of the basketball. And then Goss with the touch deflects it out of bounds. And they'll become international basketball with 11:37 to go in the first half of play. And Sue this time, tall point guard, brought the ball down. Alcanis will back up, drive, strip going through, got fouled. 2 shots should be coming up. I'll wait for Mark Lambert to make the call because it could be a possession foul. We'll see what Mark says. And he does. He says possession foul before the shot on the drive. And I think they're going to hold up. They're going to bring a sub into the basketball game. It's going to be number 31 coming in the ball game. Nikolic from Serbia coming in for number 13, Van Oostrom. So Nikolic in there from Serbia in white for the international squad, and that's going to be Sue bringing the ball out of bounds. The Finn to the bucket, no. Had a good look, came off the screen clean. They got the offensive rebound, sets up, 3 ball, no. Boy, they have it. Alcanis, oh, he got block up foul. Goss with the block and got a lot of wrist with it, and that's going to be 2 shots now. And that's the first time in the contest that we've really seen the international squad get on the glass and really attack and be aggressive. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Vermont. So, you know what we'll do? We'll swing the camera over and take a look at Coach Phil Bartlett and his new duds out there, his blue uniform, white shirt for CSJ. And I'll tell you, for the Vermont squad, you have Dan Basacchio from MAU, Lance Boylan from BFA, Ryan Boyle from Brattleboro, Jeff Daniel from Windsor, Rob Dorian from Rutland, Rushmir Dzonko from Essex, Greg Goss from CVU, Greg Hughes from West Rutland, Kevin Labas from Mount Abe, Gabe Nasacchio from Essex, Liam Smith from Harwood, and Keith Schneider from Fairhaven. So, you're up to date on. So yeah, we are ready to come back out, and I believe there's free throws. Yeah, this Alcanis will come out and take the free throws. Numbers 50 out there for the international squad. Again, 10 different countries make up the international team out there, and I wish I had a lot more time to talk to their head coach. I'm sure there's a lot of more interesting matter to talk about, but the 21-14 ball game Vermont has led from the onset. There's 11:18 to go in the first half of play, and that'll be good. Goes 21-15. There's no pressure in the back court, and this will be Dorian with the long pass. Quickly, we'll get it up. Smith will let it fly, and nope. Okay, they wave off the three-point shot. Liam Smith made the catch, turned, and then leaped into his set, and that's the call. It'll be a travel. Sue hits Alcanis along the baseline. The big guy will, oh, great use of the body, won't drop. Goss with the rebound, looks for the outlet, gets it to Dorian. Dorian wants to push, goes into the front court on the dribble, takes it all the way up and finishes it off. Rutland's Rob Dorian just kept on going. That was good vision, great court vision. Good presence, know where he was going. 23-15. Don't forget, we'll still have the All-Star game against Western Massachusetts and Vermont. Like I said, I'm going to be here Saturday doing both the men's and women's. And again, you're watching Munger Vision. I'm Jerry Munger, the most irrelevant coverage in local sports, or most irrelevant person who covers it in local sports. But I'll tell you what, I do get to meet a lot of interesting people that I should never get to meet unless I didn't volunteer for public access, and get to see a lot of great games too. Alcanes, see him playing with his back to the basket. This time he'll kick it back out. It wasn't there, didn't force it. The fadeaway, nope, fooled me. Goss wasn't fooled. That was the important part. Alcanes on the floor. There's the jump ball. Possession arrow is going to stay down and send with the international squad. But the international squad has the basketball, the white uniform. Sue will take the ball out of bounds, and I'll just keep rotating between the huddles during timeouts. Keep giving you the rosters. They look, and oh, he got a piece of it and stole it. That was Schneider from Fairhaven who picked the pocket on the shot. Dorian trying to thread the pass back to Schneider. He'll get it there. They didn't get the shot off. 3-ball by Dorian, and it'll go. Rob Dorian, who I've been covering since 4th grade, graduated now from high school, heading off to college. I'll tell you what, going to miss him. A lot of fun watching him play sports. That's going to be Dorian again with the steal off the tip. He slows it down, looks for the trailer on the play. It's Goss. He'll step inside, show him the ball, take it away, and make the bucket. That was Goss from CVU, man. That was awesome. 28-15 with 9:43 to go in the first half. Vermont with the lead in the international squad with the ball, and that's Finn trying to get the ball down to Alcanes. Oh, he's going to take it from way outside. No good. Dorian. Oh, what a great play by Dorian. Got the ball mid-flight over the inline, threw it off from the leg of the international player. The ball rejected back at him. He tiptoed out of the way not to get hit with the basketball again while out of bounds, and Dorian will create the turnover basically completely all by himself. So it'll be Schneider and Dorian in the backcourt. I'll catch up on the changes for you. As I believe that's Theis that's coming to the basketball game for the international squad. That's a 3-ball, and Smith this time will miss it. There's another offensive rebound. Blocked, follow-up, one more time, up, and no. Another offensive rebound. This time it's Hughes with the basketball. As between Schneider and Hughes, they're able to get a couple offensive rebounds apiece right there. And I'll tell you, love to see that tenacity on the glass. The Western Mass team that this Vermont squad will be taking on in the All-Star game Saturday is a team that is very large in sight, a lot of height, and also they go to the glass real hard. Oh, Dorian just lighting it up all over the place. He's got 8 points in the last 3.5 minutes. As Mastny, number 33, the captain on the squad for the night, back in a ball game with the basketball. And he's got it on the give and go and just lost it off the dribble, and everybody going to the floor just the way Coach Bartlett wants him to. Smith on the drive, got cut off from going to the basket. He slows it down, looks for the trailer. Dorian will light it up, and no. There's another offensive rebound. Schneider, fake left, fake right, gave it back. Smith, a little bit too long and strong, and the rebound will finally be controlled by the international squad. They look for the outlet, they'll get it to Finn. Finn with his head up all the way down the court, looking, nothing open. Good to transitional defense right there by Vermont. Theis had it, didn't take it. The drive, Mastny, blocked. Goss got it, and now we're going to foul called. Yeah, there's the call, and there's the foul, and I believe that's only the 13th foul. Okay, it looks like they're going to change the defense up here as they call, and they're going to get got some pressure in the back court as Finn will be back there along with number 31, Nikolic. And then the subs on the bench here on the sideline coming in at the scores table for the Vermont squad. We're down to 8 minutes to go in the first half of play. 31 points already out there for Vermont, 31-15, and they're going to be as offensive-minded Saturday as they are right here. That's what I've been told. Great ball movement. Smith got it. 3-pointer, and they've really racked up the 3 balls here. They've spread it out too. Smith, Dorian, and there was another one earlier, and I just can't recall which young man got it, but the international squad right now trying to spread the floor and then flash somebody down the middle, trying to open it up offensively, but that tough man-to-man defense being played by Vermont really taking away a lot of the creativity and the flow of the game for the internationals. Hughes split the defense, chased down his own pass. That's going to be Smith, fires away, and he got it from Harwood, Liam Smith. And they've got 37 points on the board with 7:16 to go, and we'll go over to the international squad. And real quick, again, their lineup has Will Hall, number 10. Number 13 is Nigel Van Oostrom. Number 15 is Otto Mikkelsen. 21 is Philip Heisig. 22 is Kothel Finn. Paul Dick wears 23. Janar Su wears number 30. Milan Nolovic is number 31. The captain tonight is David Masney. He wears number 33. Number 43 is Jens Theis. And 50 is Martinus Alcanis. And that is the international squad. They're in the white uniforms. They're down by 22. And right now they're a couple of different areas of the game. Even though a lot of these names are not familiar to you on the Vermont side, one advantage they have going for them is they are familiar playing against each other in high school ball, probably in AAU they've met, probably they've been to camps and clinics together. So even though they are first time in an organized team like this for an all-star game, there is a familiarity and the chemistry is much easier to come together. And you can see the difference in that and the international squad, which is when you pull kids from 10 different countries, the chances that they've actually know each other, see each other, and might have even experienced playing with each other is very slim. You can see Jeff Daniel from Windsor. Since I got to the gym about 5:30 tonight, he has just been like a political candidate running for office. He's been talking and never, and I mean, it's a good thing. He is always chatting, always talking it up, always got a point of view, always giving orders, and I like that. I like him a lot. I loved watching him play when he came down to Mill River or MSJ when I did those games. I tell you what, just a great athlete. So after that timeout taken, we'll see what they come up with, and that's what they came up with. They had Sue take it, then again they spread the floor, isolated it. He took the baseline, beat his defender along the baseline. The help was slow to get over defensively, and he was able to reverse it and get it up and in. As Boylan will kick it back out. Basacchio will put it up, and yes, Basacchio now will join that three-point club. That's starting to get a lot of members on it now for the Vermont side, as again they've all got the green light to shoot, be offensive minded, and they have 40-17 to score. They're in the lead over the international squad. Alcanis has been an impressive player, number 50 out there in white for the international squad. He's just been playing a little bit too far away from the basket. Much better when he's down low. Oh, look at that, look at that. They got the steal off the knockdown. That was Boylan. Now Dorian will get it. He got it from Basacchio. He'll bring the pass on this side, and that's going to be up, and no, off the mark this time. Daniel tipped it, couldn't quite control it. Now the pack will come Sue. Sue will foul fake, lose the handle on it, get it back to the trailer on the play, and they'll just whip it back around and pass up the open look that time. Again, this Vermont defense really hustling back right now to get in position and take away any transitional flow to the basketball game for the international squad. Well, that's going to be from the three-point arc. It'll rim out and it'll come down. Everybody had backed off. Hughes there in green from West Rutland for Vermont. He's going to rifle it down, and easy bucket. As right now, you can see some of the frustration not being able to communicate. In the opening interview with the head coach for the international squad, that's one thing he talked about. English is their second language, so they can understand the coach who speaks English. Well, he's American. But as far as communicating with each other when you're from 10 different countries, that's some of the problems that they've experienced. There's number 22 coming in the ballgame, Finn, number 22 in white for the international squad, is Basacchio out there with Dorian in the backcourt. Now it'll be Dorian with the basketball. There'll be no pressure in the backcourt this time. We have seen a couple different times that the international squad has gone with the pressure in the backcourt. Up, and oh, what an explosive step to the basket, and we got a foul called. That was Hughes. Two shots, that's what I was waiting for. So Hughes with that explosive speed and that determination, able to turn the corner on the defender and get up there, and he's going to be shooting a couple now from the free throw line. Again, you're watching this contest from the College of St. Joseph's Divider on Munger Vision on PEGTV Channel 15 Sports. And again, the website for PEGTV, it's easy to remember. It's www.pegtv.com, and you can go on there and get the schedule for the television viewing. But you can also go on there and click on video on demand and watch the game right there on the internet. 42-17 Vermont. Hughes up, and no. Rebound will be controlled by the international squad as Finn, oh, they ran the floor beautiful that time. The finish will come to number 15, Mickelson, as one of the rare times that the international squad beat Vermont down the floor. 42-19, that's good switch off right there defensively. Hughes will spin, fire, and no, front rimmed it, and the ball will be fought for, and Hughes will save it along the baseline, and he'll start to play over again. Dorian catches, fires, and whoops, I lost the ball. He faked me out off the glass, no good. Well, right now with 4:39 to go, if you're the international squad, you're just looking to get a little cohesiveness out there in the last 4.5 minutes and maybe make a 6-7 point run in the contest here. The international squad has already played once today. They played at 3 o'clock against the Western Mass All-Star team. And we've got whistles and we've got a foul. 2 shots. Yeah, so they will have number 23 going to the line, Paul Dick from Ireland, and he'll be taking the shots. And it looks like Boyle getting set to check into the scores table for the Vermont squad. And that'll be off the mark. Now Boyle coming in for Hughes for Vermont. So we got a Brattleboro for a West Rutland switch right there. Okay, so that shot was good, and they'll bring it over to Dorian, and he's going to feel some pressure. Nothing that major in the backcourt, and he's easily over the timeline. They're playing with the shot clock. Dorian wants to go down inside. Basaka with a hook shot. Oh, ho, ho! Red Auerbach probably likes that wherever he's watching this game from. A hook shot. 44-20. Vermont with the lead. Again, their defense is just like Velcro out there. That's going to be Finn will get it. Oh, an off-balance three-pointer by Koppel Finn. This is Boyle with the basketball. And again, that quick push, and they almost knocked the ball on a deflection into the basket. Stolen away. Daniel with the reverse. He got the steal, he got the bucket, and he's got the big smile afterwards. Now they'll wait for Alcanes to get into the play. He wants to take him off the dribble, forces it up, and he did his job. He got the foul called, and it's just a matter of will he be sent to the line or not. Yes, he will. I was waiting. Yeah, he's going to head to the line, and if we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 changes coming, and Boyle will stay on the floor for Vermont, and then they're going to have Goss coming in, Nick Casio coming in, Labas coming in, and I need one more. Oh, DeSanco coming in. And they will join Boyle out there, and that's the 5 on the floor for Vermont right now. With 3:29 to go in the first half of play, 44-24. International squad down by 20, stays at 20. And the rebound fought for comes down to DeSanco, and he'll get the ball up to Boyle. Boyle will cross the timeline, work between circles, and he'll slow it down a little bit right now. Boyle waits for DeSanco to step out, and Nicasio off the dribble to the free throw line, and then a little kickoff to Labas, and he might have traveled. And he did travel, Mark said. So there's a travel call. And the ball will go side out, and it'll be right in front of the Vermont bench as we have 33 coming back into the basketball game for the international squad. That's Masney along with number 13, Van Oostrom. And it'll be Van Oostrom that will bring the basketball up with 3:09 to go in his first half of play. Finn. And Nicasio right on him, nowhere to move. Masney will give the ball back to drive in the paint, the ball fake, and no. Look at Alcanes. Like I said, he's played very well below the free throw line. It's going to be swatted out there by Goss. He'll kick back and stay with the international squad. They've got the shot clock to remember, too, to contend with. Finn with the catch on the perimeter. Masney wants to go down inside to Alcanes. Lost the handle, regained the handle, blocked again by Goss, and it hits the inline. It'll go out of bounds. I'll tell you what, Goss put on a clinic right there of how to stay planted defensively. Don't buy the ball fakes. Keep the eyes glued there. Oh, we had a switch and I missed it. Got a new player in there for Vermont. I just got to find him. Oh, it's Smith, Liam Smith. Nicasio gave Nicasio up and left it on the rim. Look at the green jerseys followed up. There's the follow-up. Labas will bring it up and in. 46-24, 2.5 minutes to go. First half, you're watching the exhibition game between the international Colonials in the white uniforms. 10 different countries represented on their team. And Leon Smith not only made the move, but made the call after. And Goss looks like he's going to bring the ball out of bounds. He's going to be right in front of the international bench. And Nicasio up and no. They missed that three-point shot, but I tell you what, they've got to be shooting well over 50% from the three-point line. Up and transition, nope, they left it short. Then the ball knocked away by Goss. Will come Nicasio. Nicasio running the break. It's a 3-on-3, up and got it. DeSanco on the wing came in along the baseline and just runs the floor so well. Shoots right or left very, very well, and paid off there. 48-24 Vermont. They'll go down inside. Masney had it taken away by Labas. I mean, he just got in there and didn't give an inch defensively. DeSanco, ball fake, defender in the air, foul. Yeah. And they're going to send DeSanco. Rushmere going to the line. Yeah, so Rushmir Dzanko at the line. Yeah, and it is confirmed there's 2 shots coming up as that foul was called with 1:38 to go into 48-24, 49-24 on a made shot. Each team with 16 fouls apiece. And the second shot coming up by Dzanko from Essex is going to be good. And the horns for right there, the buzzer in the background is going to have subs coming in for the international squad as Finn will come out. And I missed the substitution, so we'll catch up on that in just a second. 50-24. Vermont's All-Stars in the green uniforms. And it's Massey. Oh boy, he's had a couple drives, didn't get the finish. Alcaraz trying to dive for the basketball, almost got the strip from the floor. We'll give it off to Nicasio. Gabe Nicasio into the front court to the arc, to the free throw line. Had it knocked away on a tip away, and here comes the break the other way. A lot of ways there, and he got it. That's Van Oostrom with the finish off the defensive steal. One of the rare turnovers by Vermont. It's a very warm night. It's a very warm gym. Smith. Oh, he is just phenomenal. And he's got that gift as a shooter where he does not have to square up. He can just be falling away. He can be on any angle, and he can just got that natural ability. Up, double pump, no good. Rebound, Goss. Goss looks for the outlet. Gets it ahead to Rushmir, to Dzanko, to Smith. Gives it back behind, and a little razzle-dazzle, and Lalabis will make space and get it away from the defender's reach and pump fake up and in. 55-26 Vermont. Yeah, been a lot of offense and a lot of good defense played by Vermont. Everybody's greenlit to shoot, and everybody hustles on defense. Almost came up with the steal there against Massey. And I tell you, I would love to see a full gym, but I'm very pleased with the amount of people that have shown up for this exhibition basketball game. 20 seconds to go. Shot clock off, and it's going to be picked up by Nicasio. Boy, that is a beautiful bounce pass on the run. Labis will, oh, I'm sorry, Dzanko will crash to the floor. He'll be okay. 9 seconds and counting. 57-26. Vermont's going to have a comfortable lead at halftime, and tell you what, their coach won't ever be happy with them, but they played a whale of a first half of basketball, Vermont did. And the Vermont All-Stars will have a 57-26 lead at the half over the International Colonials on Munger Vision from CSJ. Change has been made since halftime. Real contrast in styles. Vermont very laid back. A couple of the players went out and shot around, and the international squad very intense where they're working very hard in the huddle, drawing a lot of plays up on a dry erase board and just trying to get everything down. And it's 57-26. Vermont would lead the basketball to get this thing underway here in the second half of play. 20-minute halves. And this is just a warm-up for Vermont before they get ready to take on the Western Massachusetts squad. And that'll be taking place at CSJ also as Boyle will keep the dribble alive and kicks the ball down to Labis. He'll go up, double fake, and yeah, he double clutch, brought the ball down and got the foul called. And I'm going to see, they're going to send Kevin Labis from Mount Abe to the line, and he'll be taking a couple shots. That stops the clock just 14 seconds into the second half of play, and that'll be up, and no, won't get the bounce to go his way. Well, other than that, I mean, we had good tempo, a lot of push from Vermont down the floor. But they have a ton. I don't have a stat in front of me. They must have 7 or 8 three-point shots also. Alcaraz will get the rebound off the missed free throw. So we're back and see if we get the momentum where it was before. A good pitch, good fever pitch. Boy, Nicasio with the steal, the quick hands. Nicasio to the hole, will line it up and not knock it down. They missed the little layup there, and Alcaraz looking to dump the ball over the top of the fence. We'll get it to Theis now. To Massey, as obviously if we switched into the floor here. Again, it's a summer day, it's a warm gym. Alcaraz played with his back to the basket. He'll lob over the top of the fence, and boy, they split the defense by travel. He did, he got going pretty good there. It's Paul Dick from Ireland, number 23, called for the travel. So no pressure in the backcourt for Nicasio. Gabe Nicasio will swing the ball back. That's Boylan that had it. He'll go to Boyle now. Pasacchio. Now I checked, yeah, right with the man himself, and he pronounces it Pasacchio. I've heard all kinds of different pronunciations, that's why I went right to him. Oh, look at that move by Sue. Little running one-hander, no good. Was halfway down and popped out. And Labas had it. And Labas looking to get it under control again. He's pinned along that baseline. And that's going to be caught out of bounds by Alcaraz. And it'll stay Vermont basketball. They got a little break there. There's Nicasio now. Being guarded by Theis. Will bring the ball into the front court. And again, they're going to spread the floor and let me chase down. Nope, can't be saved. I thought Boylan was going to make the save, and he's from BFA, and it'll be Sue will take the ball out of bounds. Oh, that was different. So they'll come back in. Sue will take the ball away from Mastny, and he'll set the offense up. Labas out there defensively. He knew the screen was coming from Alcaraz, and he didn't just decide whether he wants to stay in front or duck underneath it, and then he switched off right there. Boylan came out to contest, and I think he got a piece of what Boylan did is he just planted his feet in that paint and didn't give up an inch. It's going to be Vermont ball. Boyle will take it out from Brattleboro, Vermont, bring it into Nicasio. Gabe Nicasio from Essex. He'll cross over, and boy, takes the contact and explodes off it. His pass picked off on the far side. See if they're going to take it all the way in. They'll cross over, Dick up, and that's going to be a basket interference shot. Basket's good as Boylan got up through the cylinder and got called for the goaltend. So Boyle will bring the ball. Dorian at the scores table gets set to check in for Vermont, and it's going to be short off the front of the rim. Ball tip kept alive, and here comes the international squad with a 2-on-2 break. And trying to thread the needle, boy, that'd be an absolutely perfect pass, and Nicasio might have traveled, might have charged, got the travel call. And they'll take it side out and we'll go to the international squad. See new CSJ head coach and the Vermont All-Star boys basketball coach, Phil Bartlett, former West Rutland coach. It's going to be an interesting year for him, first year college ball. And that little fadeaway by Theis, no good. And we've got some pushing and shoving, holding going on. And it's going to be called against, I believe, number 31 out there. Nikolic from Serbia, number 31, called for the foul. Dorian, who had just had a phenomenal 5-minute streak in that, or 4-minute streak in that first half of play, where he made a layup, pushed the ball all the way to the length of the floor, made the layup, then hit 2 3-pointers in a row, and then he created a turnover with his great defensive hustle, and that all happened within 4 minutes, and it's just so much fun to watch when something like that starts to unfold in front of you. There's the catch on the trail. He'll come back now, and they used the screen. He opted not to take the shot from outside, and that's going to be a foul. And Basacchio left his feet and got called for the foul, and that'll send number 23, Paul Dick, to the line, and that's going to be 2 shots coming up for him. Boy, he ball faked, and Basacchio, okay. He hit the floor hard, but he's going to be okay. And so they get 57-29 now at the 17-minute play mark in the basketball game. Then you go to that website at www.PEGTV.com, and you can watch games and shows and parades and anything you want right there on the internet now. We truly are international at PEGTV now. Jerry Munger, Munger Vision, bringing you this contest. And again, the only coverage, the only time you get to see all these players from 10 different countries on an international squad take on the Vermont All-Stars, players from all around the state of Vermont, north, south, east, and west. And well, we got a foul called. Tell you what, a lot more fouls being called here in this second half. I think we've already reached the same amount as we had in the whole 20 minutes of the first half and the first 3.5 minutes here of the second half. As Boylan looking, Boylan. There's a good catch by Basacchio. They didn't let the trap develop. Well, one thing he's got going for him, he can throw the top of the trap, and that was in and out. Labas fades, fires, got it. Nice shot by Kevin Labas. It starts with the rebound first. You got the offensive rebound away from a couple different international players, got between them. And they'll have the ball down in the corner. They'll bring up to Mastny. There's a, oh boy, nice cut to the hole and didn't take the shot. He kicked it back out to Sue. Sue will spin, fade, and got it. That is completely individual talent right there by Sue, number 30. 16 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Second half action, and that pass was picked off, and they got a 2-on-1 coming this way. Boyle trying to get in the way, and oh, he got in and broke it up. Yeah, he'll stay white basketball, international basketball, but I'll tell you what, that's a great hustle play by Boyle from Brattleboro. As Schneider coming in the basketball game along with DeZanko, and I need that young man to turn around. Oh, it's Greg Hughes out there, okay. Now those are all subs for the Vermont side that have come in. What do I expect from the New Hampshire or from the Western Mass Vermont game? I expect a much tougher, fiercer battle than what I'm seeing right here, because that Western Mass team has got the same advantages Vermont squad does. They played against each other. They've been in camps with each other. They've probably played with each other on AAU squads. And they all speak the same language. And they're tall, and they go to the boards hard, yeah, so it's going to be quite a game to watch. That's Dice with the catch. He'll make the pass back off the dribble, and Dice on the follow-up. He's going to let it fly, and got it. Whoa. That was quite the off-balance swish right there. Dorian, baseline to Zonko. Rushmir got blocked, got the ball back. That was Massey that stayed with it, and then Rushmir caught his own pass, and again, very helpful before the game with the pronunciations for the Vermont side, and also just loves the game of basketball, likes being around his teammates. You can just get that from talking to him, see him out there. He's one of the guys during halftime, instead of resting, he grabbed the basketball and just finished a 20-minute half and started shooting. That's going to be Dice this time with the miss. Ball tipped back, and Dice away from Hughes. Hughes trying to chase it down. Dice just going from side to side all over the place, and it's going to be green basketball. Okay, that's what I needed to see, and that's just good hustle by Dice out there. Hughes with the head fake, goes baseline, got sealed off. They'll bring it back and just start the offense over again. Boyle with the defender right in his face this time. Rebound taken by Sioux. 14:40 to go in the basketball game. 61-35 Vermont. Oh, look at that. To the left hand, the spin, no good. Offensive rebound, got it. That was taken by number 31 out there, Milan Nikolic. So Nikolic will make the basket and cuts the lead to 61-37, but I can see right now the intensity not quite there that was there in the first half of Vermont. So the international squad's made some adjustments, little tweaking, maybe got a little burn in your saddle from being lit up in that first half, but they're playing much better here in the second half. And there's the basketball. So they got to find the basketball. And that's the international squad staying in the huddle right now. It's Vermont that called the timeout, and again they are using the shot clock, the college shot clock, and 20-minute halves. So again, I hope you've enjoyed this exhibition basketball game. Brought to you by Munger Vision, and we'll have more American Legion baseball action for you coming up on PEGTV Channel 15. Actually, this is the only game I expect to miss. There's a conflict tonight between Legion baseball and this All-Star game, and since it's such a rarity for an international squad to be here playing on Vermont All-Stars, and it's a non-league game down in the down at the baseball field, I took this opportunity to bring this event to the community. But yeah, you'll be watching a lot more American Legion Post 31 baseball action. Oh, Hughes using the glass, banks it off the window and in. And Sioux with the catch, and he'll bring it on the trail back to Nikolic, and Dice got it off to his teammate on that side, number 23, Paul Dick. He missed the shot and rebound. Again, something that Vermont has done extremely well, both offensively and defensively, is control the boards in this contest. Passes up the three ball, goes baseline, fades, fires, way too strong. Now Schneider from Fairhaven and took the shot. Hughes got up there defensively, slowed down the ball coming up the court, and almost came up with the steal actually, and then this is going to be off the dribble and once and out. Dice with the dribble, and they're trying to find some continuity on offense. That's a good shot out there by Dick. Dick from Ireland out there. Massey also involved in that. I think Massey got the assist off from that. DeZonko. Boy, Schneider with a great catch in traffic. DeZonko with the three ball. I'm waiting for the thing. Two. Waiting for the official to say it, and he said two ball. Point shot. 65-40, Vermont with the lead with 13-12 to go in this closing half of basketball. Well, they're going to call a push call, and yeah, DeZonko lobbying for a push the other way. Offensively, didn't get it. It's going to become international basketball. Boyle all set. Defensively right there in the green jersey, and again, Vermont will have their jersey with the numbers on them for the Western Mass game. I tell you what, for no numbers, and I haven't covered a lot like the Essex kids and stuff in CVU, I've done all right for an old guy. As far as getting the pronunciations down with the international players, I asked and wrote cliff notes and footnotes, and I've done all right with them. And that was a good drive to the hole right there, and they get the basket, and Dorian will bring it back to Dzonko. He'll split the defense. It's going to be a defensive kick. Should rewind the shot clock. Yep. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to put the ball out on the baseline, and that's going to be Schneider from Fairhaven right there taking the ball out of bounds. They're going to run the stack formation, and boy, they're looking, nothing happened inside. Hughes with a nice catch, tiptoed along the sideline, gets it to Schneider. He'll kick it out to Rushmir Dzonko, and his drive to the hole. He couldn't get the finish, and we're going to have a foul called on the bump. Hughes called for the foul. Ooh. I thought I was going to go the other way, but it's going to be Hughes called for the foul. And Daniel at the scorer's table, getting set to come in for Vermont, along with, looks like Labis is going to be coming in also. And Goss. And there's the rebound, up and got it. That was Paul Dick that got the offensive rebound and put it up and in for the international squad. Dorian with the catch, the ball fake, gave up the shot. We'll bring it back, and Dzonko, big collision, bodies hitting the floor, and we're going to have a foul called. And everybody blew the whistle, and everybody's looking at each other because everybody's waiting to see who's going to call what. I haven't seen the call yet, but it looks like it's going to be on the international squad. As Goss coming in for Boyle, Dzonko coming out, and Labis coming in. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Daniel was in there already. Okay, now I've caught up to everything. Now they need a body on the baseline. Labis will take it out of bounds, and they set up a little box on that side. They set a box up outside the box to bring the ball in play, so I guess that's thinking outside of the box. That's where that expression came from. Oh, what happened right there? And see if he's going to be okay, but Labis getting up very slow. There was perspiration, moisture on the floor, and just totally lost his balance on the move and getting back into play defensively. And that's going to be followed up and good. I'll tell you, this international squad playing much, much better. And yeah, they're going to stop the game right now and wait for the floor up where Labis had fallen. And that's, yeah, what they're going to have happen right now. You see Daniel, again, like I told you, he's like running for office out there. He's chatting it up, shaking hands, makes the officials smile. Never stops chatting. Gotta love that. As they are just picking up the water off the other, sweat or water, wherever it is, off the other end of the floor. And again, you can catch all the Western Mass Vermont game on PEGTV right on the internet now. You can go to www.pegtv.com and take any action there, and sit right in front of your big TV set and watch it at home in the comfort of your chair, whatever. But you can pick it up a lot of different ways. And there's the drive, and there's the finish. That's Greg Hughes showing you not only can he have that beautiful outside shot, but he can also drive to the hole. So we will have not a break in the action right now. Anything, Vermont's got the ball underneath their own basket. They'll bring it into Hughes. He'll put it on the floor, take a dribble, and get double team. Keep the ball alive, go to Daniel. He'll go to the hole, look for the cut. Oh, nice movement by the defense to get over. It was not right back to Labis. That was partially blocked there. Labis will end up it again, reverse it this time and get it up and in. Nikolic playing good defense, just the recipient of a bad break right there as he made a couple blocks, and ball came back to Labis and he made it. That's going to be off the mark, an offensive rebound. They hadn't lost it. Daniel with the long pass up ahead for Hughes. He'll accelerate to the basketball as the ball was lobbed up to him, and that's going to be sealed off. Dorian was looking to take the shot and had the defender right in his face, forced him to bring the ball back between circles. Labis, the defense stepped out, and boy, that was off from a foot, I believe. This will not be a backcourt, no. Okay, why it is? It did go off a foot, but went off an offensive player's foot. Okay. See, the officials, as usual, right on the ball. Okay, so they'll put the ball on the play right in front of the Vermont bench. They'll bring in number 22, Finn. Finn played a lot in that first half. Actually, played a lot at the point. And it's going to be Finn with the basketball. I'm really Mastny with it. He also played at the point, and you say, man, he's got to be 6'5", 6'6", and yeah, he was, and he was a big point guard. And I'll tell you what, this second half, I don't know if it's fatigue or just a big lead or lost their intensity, but Vermont, nowhere near as fluid as they were in that first half, and also the international squad, I give them a lot of credit. They're playing much better here in the second half. So that'll be a one and done, and Mastny off the missed shot has the ball brought back to him. He'll cross the timeline. He wants to slow it down. He's looking for somebody to pass the ball to on the trail, and he'll pivot, look around, and fire a pass over the side to Dick. That's going to be an defense right there. It's going to be Daniel. Got beat to the spot and rode him through that whole trip around the in there, and that's going to be called foul on Daniel. There's going to be Finn up and got it. Boy, with a defender right in his face. That's a three-point shot, and the lead down now to 18. And I'm not saying it as a joke. It was a huge, huge lead at the break, and it's down to 69-51. I didn't think they had a chance of getting 51 points, to be honest with you. Hughes with the crossover, forgot the basketball. And again, the defense kind of clogged up the middle there, and here's going to be Finn up and foul. That's going to be Daniel called for the foul. 2 shots coming up, and he played to play for the ball.
Way to follow it. Good job. Way to run it.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see. Yeah, it's got to be Finn going to the line. There he is, number 22. So Finn from Ireland getting set to see if he can keep the momentum going here for the international squad. He's moved. What an uncooperative basket. They rimmed it around and in, and he'll get the second shot to go. Makes it 69-52. So Dorian now being just slight pressure in the backcourt for number 15, Mickelson. Mickelson with the switch after they set the screen up top, and that'll be a defensive kick. Mickelson got his foot out, got his foot on the ball, and that's just reset the shot clock. I think I'm waiting to see what they're going to do. The ball will go on the baseline. Labas will, yeah, see him signaling he wants to reset the shot clock back to 35.
No. We're down at 15. I know, but inside of 15.
So that was explained why they didn't reset the shot clock. It's when it's inside of 15 seconds on the kick, they reset the shot clock. And got travel called. But I'll tell you, one area that they really tightened up on is their defense. And I'm talking about the international squad. And it looks like, to be honest with you, like they're communicating better, switching off better, reading off each other's, the picks that they've been set against each other. And that's made a big difference in this Vermont offense not having anywhere near the effectiveness they did earlier. Look at that, and the fact that they're getting on the boards. That was Mastny who got it, and it's now all of a sudden just a 15-point lead at 69-54. And a lot of time left, 8:09 to go. Dorian had the ball handed to him, and look at that again. They almost got the steal. That ball's knocked up in the air, and it's going to be taken away, or we're going to foul called. No foul. I believe it was just caught out of bounds. That's what the play's going to be. Hughes is going to come out of the ball game. Looks like we got wholesale changes here. Let's catch up to it. Nicasio coming in for Vermont. These are all Vermont changes. Liam Smith, Boyle, Daniel stays in the game, and DeZanko comes back in. Rushmere. And so Daniel will hand the ball off to Boyle. Boyle will try to work off the screen. They try to bring it back on a little given screen and roll inside, and there's DeZanko. Just moved off the baseline on the wing and just let him play the ball up top on the arc, and then he just kind of slid in there and they got him the basketball, and he put it up and in. Dick has got it the other way again. Boy, the middle of that defense, which wasn't open in the first half, a little bit looser here in the second half, and that was a nice job of taking it to the hole by Dick. 71-56. Vermont with the lead, they've got the ball. That's Liam Smith from Harwood with the basketball. And boy, he got stripped going up, and I think it's going to stay down this end. Yes, it will be on the baseline to Vermont. There's Nigel Van Oostrom from England coming back at number 13, and he's going to replace number 23, Paul Dick. And they're going to run the stack to get the ball on the play. They'll lob it up. DeZanko will get it tipped away, and it comes down to Mastny. Mastny's going to go all the way up, and boy, he's playing with a lot more confidence. Mastny is. 71-58. It's the closest it's been since the first 15-point lead for Vermont. And Daniel able to recover the ball. That's going to be to Smith, and he'll stay on his sideline and get his footing underneath him. Now he'll start to dribble. And Nicasio, Gabe Nicasio will come off, and Jeff Daniel between circles. And boy, I tell you what, if you can get Vermont to settle down and have to run through their half-court sets, they're nowhere near as effective as they are in transition for such a fluid situation. Smith. Again, look at the defense. And the defense has been the difference here in the second half for the international squad. With a three-point shot, they can get it down to 10, the lead. Masney with the catch. And they'll come back off, and Finn with a three ball. No. Rebound tipped up. One more chance. Up and no. I tell you what, number 31 getting on the boards out there is Nikolic. You have to ignore the buzz in the background. It's an inverted shot clock. That's just, they're going to bring the ball backside out to the international squad. And what it was is they never reset, and they're going to use that to bring Elkinis in. Number 50 for the international squad. Now he played very effectively also for the international squad. So Liam Smith will bring the ball into play. Brought it back to Gabe Nicasio. Nicasio, I think it was 57 points at the half of Vermont. So they've been limited to 14 points here in the first 14 minutes. That's a huge improvement for the international squad. And here comes Masney, front court. Nice step up defensively. Then he lost his balance, went down running one-hander. No, couldn't nurse it up over the front of the rim and in. I think he couldn't believe how open he was. He could have taken it all the way to the hole. And that's going to be a turnover as it goes out of bounds off from the hands of Liam Smith. So for the 71-58 game, 71-58 basketball game with 5:41 to go, the international squad again looking to get it down to a 10 or 11 point ball game. I mean, they are right back in this thing. That's Finn with the ball, and Finn being pressured up top by Gabe Nicasio from Essex. We'll give it off to Masney. Masney's had a huge second half here for the international squad. Shot clock down to 20. Elkinis with the ball, looks for the weave up top, sets the screen, then he wants to roll off it. Well, they took it away. That's going to be swatted away. Make no doubt about it. That was get out of my house time. Has made the block, and Dzonko. To Nicasio, to Liam Smith, along the baseline. Oh, what a tough shot. Took the contact off balance. Looked like he was drowning in a pool of water, waving the arms and legs, but still made the basket. It had been a long time between made baskets also for Vermont. And I believe it's going to stay white basketball, and it will, as that was number 13, Nigel Van Oostrom. Had the ball swatted away from him, and that's going to be Van Oostrom over there looking to bring it into Masney. Masney waits, spins, Masney. Might have got fouled. No, they call it travel. He looked like he got grabbed a hold of, but he's going to be called for the travel and the turnover. And Vermont up by 15 with the basketball. It's Van Oostrom that came back defensively. And boy, Nicasio, again, trying to split the defense, got the ball stripped, and they're going to go white basketball. They had to look a couple different times at each official, see which way they're going to go to call. Now, Paul Dick, 23, coming in the ballgame for the international squad. He's going to replace Masney. Again, it's a warm evening outside, and it's a warm gym. Finn, able to get free, get open, get away from the defender. And I tell you, win or lose, it's an exhibition game to begin with, but great improvement. A tremendous first half for Vermont, and a very good second half for the international squad. Yeah, and he lost it on the drive. That was Van Oostrom, number 13, I'm sorry. Mickelson's 15, so 13 Van Oostrom. Trying to take it to the hole, just lost the handle off it. And again, there could be a lot of sweat on these guys out here, and the ball could just be slippery. That's going to be Dzonko out there. We'll give it off to Boyle. Boyle will penetrate, switch to the left, and get the shot to drop. That time they spread the floor. We're able to get him in a one-on-one situation where he could beat the defender. Nicasio with the steal, and with 3:59 to go, that could be the end of the run, as there's going to be a foul called on number 13, Van Oostrom, who's looking for a push-off call, and he's not going to get the call his way. Yes, they're going to send Vermont to the line, and they'll be shooting 2 shots, and with 3:56 to go, the lead back up to 75-58. Well, it takes a lot of energy to come back from a 20-some-odd point deficit, and sometimes you just run out of steam at the end. As Daniel will miss, Liam Smith coming out of the ball game. Well, let me do who's coming in. Boylan coming in, Dorian coming in, and Schneider coming in. Those are all Vermont changes. And Basacchio at the scores table. He'll be coming in for Vermont also for the shooter, Daniel. And it's probably going to be the final sub as we're under 4 minutes to go, and he's been running 4-minute shifts, Coach Bartlett has. So no pressure this time in the backcourt, and Theis coming in at the scorer's table for the international squad. He'll be wearing number 43. Alkin has had it, and that's going to be nothing but twine. That's a three-point shot for Mickelson. 76-61, Vermont with the ball with the lead. And Dorian will go to Dzonko. Oh, he fell in the same spot again, and boy, let's hope he didn't get hurt. Yeah, they're going to wipe the floor up again. That's twice now. 2 Vermont players have gone down very hard in the same spot. So as they clean it up, let's get it all dried up here. Van Oostrom brought the ball up. The floor hopefully is cleaned up. They've also just refinished the floor here. New coat of urethane on it. But look at that drive by Alcanes, since he'll get it up and in. And maybe they do have one more run in them. It's down to 76-63 Vermont. The international team got as close as 11, but couldn't get it down below double digits. Oh, nice shot by Boylan down there from BFA. 3 minutes to go in the basketball game. Hope you've enjoyed this exhibition game. It's been good to see the talent from all around the state of Vermont, actually from all around the world, right here in our own backyard at CSJ's gym. Beautiful athletic complex to come watch a basketball game. Remember that next year for the Fighting Saints men's and women's basketball programs. As Bisacchio lost it, and there's a pass up, a great pass, great save, and going to goaltend. Second goaltending call of the game against Vermont, and that's going to count the basket, and that'll give the lead now, to get the lead down to 78-67. They're going to put some token pressure in the backcourt against Dorian. Dorian wants everybody to back off. He'll be isolated and bring the ball up against Van Oostrom. His pass picked off, and they're going to bring it down. They got a 2-on-1 right now. And Alcanes, not the guy you want handling the ball, and right there was the reason he turned it over. And Dorian with a one-handed pass, long bounce pass, goes to Dzonko, and he'll get it, and that'll be good. 2:16, the clock running. You can go to that website, PEGTV.com, watch sports right there on the internet, right on the web. That's off the glass and in. And you can also get the scheduling information, any other type of information you need about public access television. As we're down below 2 minutes now, we're at 1:59 and counting. That's going to be stolen by Theis, and things should open up now to the point where everybody wants to chalk talk and towel off and get some cold beverages and get rested up. Boylan, will he hammer it? No, he got fouled though. That'll stop the clock, and Boylan will be heading to the line, and he should be awarded 2 shots. It's 80-69. Vermont with the lead. Again, the Vermont All-Stars will be taking on the Western Mass High School All-Stars in a game that's going to, we're tape delayed, but it'll be on Channel 15 throughout the entire month of July. And don't be afraid to watch it and enjoy it. It's going to be a good contest. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a lot tougher game than what we've seen here tonight. Even though it's a game of 2 different halves, and that's what Coach Bartlett's discussing right now is the performance here in the second half. You got to give some credit though to the international squad. They made some adjustments. They got different attitude, and they played a solid second half. They're down by 11 right now at 80-69. 1:43 to go. We're at 16 fouls for the international squad, 5 team fouls for Vermont. Nobody really got in foul trouble, and never became a factor. But again, that Western Mass Vermont All-Star game, both men's and women's, will be brought to you on PEGTV Channel 15. So a lot of familiar faces in attendance here. It's of course legendary football coach Tony Zingali up there watching the action here from CSJ. And Boylan at the line. Jeff White's here, former great player, great coach. Tim Paquette, the head coach at MSJ boys basketball programs here. I'm just trying to see who I can recognize here. Actually, I'm trying to see from who I can see this far away without the camera. This transition from middle to old age really get me. It's Alcanes. Look at the ball over to Van Oostrom. He wanted to pump fake. The defender was Bisacchio, and he didn't buy it at all. That's going to be up. That's a 3-point shot, and I think he's got 3 free throws. Let's see what the ref says. That's what counts. Wow. So it's not a foul on the shot. It's after the shot on the box out. That's some home cooking right there for Vermont. So the ball will go out of bounds, and it'll be Mickelson that will take and bring in number 15. He'll bring in the Van Oostrom. And Dorian almost came up with yet another steal. So Tice will bring it in, and boy, he backed himself down into a good spot, kicked it back out, and looking for a 3-ball, no good. Rebound will be taken out by Schneider. He'll pivot, he'll put it on the floor. He's going to bring it up himself. He'll keep it back to the middle of the floor, stay off that sideline so the trap won't get him. He'll throw over the top to Basacchio. He put it on the floor, went out from a foot, comes down now, and here comes the international squad with a minute to go in the contest. 1 minute straight up, and boy, Tice passed up the shot. He'll spin into the double team, and that's going to be picked off. There's DeZanko right there, just kind of laying in the weeds, and he's a big guy. I don't know how they missed him, and then Dice will be called for the foul, and that should be the 1-and-1.
21.
Yeah, and I think it'll be Dorian taking the shots for Vermont, and we'll follow Rob down the other end. And you can see, of course, Rob Dorian not only in the game against Western Mass, but also in the American Legion Post 31 center field spot. That's where he plays defense for the Post 31 squad, and he's the leadoff batter. And I can't tell. I know he likes all the sports he plays, but I just can't tell if he does one better than the other because he's just so good at all of them. And that's going to be good. So that'll make it now 83-69 Vermont with 52 seconds to go on the evening. Hey, and again, give the old guy in the camera and Mike some credit. Called the whole game for Vermont without a single jersey number. They just have their practice jerseys on, and I just looked at the programs, talked to the guys before the game, and memorized their faces and names. Oh, bottom of the net for Dick. 84-72, and the ball will come back to Boylan, to Basacchio, and that's going to be knocked away. Another chance for the international squad. That's a 3-ball, and he got it. 33 seconds to go, 84-75. This is great drill practice because you're under pressure, like at the end of the game, and you've got to learn how to handle the pressure. Right now, Vermont having a little trouble doing that right there, controlling the ball and turning it over. You know, you might say, geez, Jerry, you know, it's a 9-point game in 25 seconds. It's all about execution, being in situations. In case it was the real game. Oh, and out of bounds. Yeah, he caught the ball out of bounds, and good job by Mark Lambert. They're not calling a T for him, handing the ball down. Yeah, Kaylee Sullivan in attendance. She'll be playing for the Vermont girls. She was in the game. She wanted a T called, a technical foul, but she's not going to get it either. 21 seconds to go, and Vermont's going to hold on for the win, and we're going to blocking foul call on Van Oostrom. And Dorian, he can take the contact like that. That's what makes him such a good defensive player in basketball. He's very strong. He's not afraid to be physical. Actually, eavesdropping in on the coaches earlier in the week, or last week actually, they were talking about their selection process. They're looking for tough one-on-one defenders, and Dorian being in a Division I competition all the time and meeting criteria, being a very good, physical, tough defensive player, usually picked to be on the squad. 84-75. He'll nurse it in for an 85-75 lead. They'll put it back up to double digits now with 19.4 seconds to go in the basketball game. And that'll rim out. Daniel almost able to tip it in, and DeZanko lobbying for a call their way, and it won't go Vermont's way, and Alcanes will bring it in to Van Oostrom. There, once he made the contact, that's when the clock started. 15 and counting. 3-ball, nope. Long and strong and taken down by Dorian. He'll throw over the top because we have a 2-on-1 developing. Boyle in the front court, and they didn't give him the ball back in time. He was open and he passed up the 3-ball there. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's the ball game. Well, it's going to be an 85-75 Vermont win, but really it was a fun evening and very cultured evening, a very international flavor to it, and hope you've enjoyed this contest between the Vermont High School All-Stars and the international squad made up of 10 different countries. It was actually real fun, real well coached, well officiated, good basketball, good sportsmanship, and get out in your area, get out and take in stuff in your community. Everybody says there's never anything to do. It's BS. There's a lot of stuff to do. Right, like this right here was free tonight to come and watch. So get out there and support your community, and I always support Munger Vision. That's the big one.